So the typical meta for farming legendaries nowadays is to farm an open world spot, and as long as it's not too busy, you can farm it and get a ton of salvage material and legendaries. But there's a couple things in this game that I wanted to highlight that people are potentially missing out on that I think you should consider while you're actually trying to farm these legendaries. Yes, you want as many legendaries as possible, but there's quite a few other things you want to consider here too. Mainly this upgrade material here. You need scrap materials, enchanted dust, and glowing shards. And if you're a player that's constantly well above the server paragon, that's really not going to be an issue for you, because you're going to be farming so much more than the average player when you're pushing this far up, that by the time you hit, like for example, in this case, Paragon 130, you're going to be fine. You're going to have enough to be able to do this. Worst case scenario, you need to come here and talk to this guy and get a couple enchanted dust. You just convert it here and then finish it out. And then you'll be fine for the next time for Paragon 140 or 150, depending on what the next upgrade is here. So when you can actually upgrade and get more combat rating. But for the people that are not playing that much, a really big consideration is getting enough enchanted dust and getting enough, especially glowing shards. The only way you can get this is by disenchanting legendary gear or set item gear here. So if you manipulate the world events, you can actually get a lot more of these and potentially boost this up, because these take quite a while to farm. Also, just another thing, you can get more of these in leveling up your battleground. So if you just play a ton of battlegrounds, you're going to also get these too, but it's not that efficient to do battlegrounds, because you could get a lot more legendaries and a lot more glowing shards that way through the open world. But it is a way, as you rank up, you can get more glowing shards there. There's a whole bunch of world events going on in this game here. Some of them there's timers for, and some of them you actually have to manually check to see if it's even worth doing. So the first one is going to be in Frozen Tundra right here. This is a group-wide event here. So Call of the Ancients, you collect the essences, and once this area gets enough, it goes to 100%, and then you do a mission, you get a lot of potentially legendaries, but mainly scrap materials and the essences for doing this. And I usually don't recommend like this as a place to mainly farm. There is a good spot here in Ruins of Sescheron. That's one of the places I recommend. I would recommend checking this like right before you start grinding. See if this is high up there, like let's say 70 plus. Then even if like ROD was busy, I would just farm in Ruins of Sescheron here for a bit, get it to 100, do the Call of the Ancients event. Usually spawns around in this area. Just do the Call of the Ancients event, then bounce to a place that's a little faster. And then here's another place to keep in mind if you want a guaranteed glowing shard. You come to Darkwood and then you purify the corruption. So how it works is as you kill enemies, you go up to 100%. Once you're at 100%, you fight yourself, like a shadow of yourself, over at this tree right here. Then, and so it's just a nice little port right there. You fight yourself there, and then you get a guaranteed glowing shard. Then it goes on cooldown for 20 minutes. So this is a place that you could go in and out of. For example, you do this, then go back to ROD or Ruins of Sescheron and just kind of alternate between the two as you're waiting for that cooldown to come off, but it's a way to consistently get glowing shards. And then next we have Bilefin Ancient Arena here. This is something that I normally wouldn't recommend you do because it's pretty much just a whale war in the Ancient Arena, but I was thinking you could kind of cheese this by going down to a different difficulty, because each difficulty is its own instance. So whatever the prevalent hell difficulty is, people are going to fight for it because that's gear you can actually equip. But if you go to this place when the time comes up for Ancient Arena and you go down to a lower difficulty, it's essentially a free glowing shard. And this is something that, you know, happens periodically, but just something to keep in mind. Maybe you'll face other people that are doing this that are stronger than you that are trying the same thing, but it's just a nice idea that you can get more glowing shards if you just go, oh, I see the timer up, go to like Hell 1, for example, try it out, get some more glowing shards. Then next spot here, Haunted Carriage. This doesn't happen often. So it's only every Tuesday and Saturday at 12, 8:30, and 10 p.m. server time. And then you just essentially just follow them along. You go when the event is happening, and then you can kill them and get a very good chance to get a legendary. So this is another nice thing to weave in as you're farming legendaries to give yourself an extra chance. Also, another trick you can do is change your difficulty. So if you kill him really quick in Hell 3, then switch to like Hell 4, for example, and try to kill him there. And you could double dip on his spawn there. So that's another trick you can do to give yourself a better chance at legendaries. Then another option, if you're looking for more salvage materials and stuff, because you can make an argument that because a lot of people are just looking for experience in legendaries, whereas here you can actually get more salvage materials and potentially gear because you have these hidden chambers. You find the pages, and as you find pages, you get 5 of them, you get a little dungeon. Or sometimes the a Golem will arrive. This is actually a perfect example. Golem will appear up here, I believe, and then you face the Golem and have a good chance of a legendary piece of gear here. So we can check this out here in a minute. But mainly, you collect 5 of these, use the portal tombs to open up magical portals to one of Clone's hidden chambers. Each time you use a portal, you have a chance to awaken a powerful defensive construct such as the Fleshcraft Hydra. So it's either the Hydra or the Golem that could potentially spawn here, but I kind of like this as another alternative spot to change it up. Even though this place did get nerfed, this used to be, I believe, consensus best place to farm. I don't know if it was because people just didn't discover ROD yet, or if it was because it was actually the best. I didn't get a chance to test it at the time, but this is a pretty solid spot still if you're looking for other things besides just experience. Okay, so here we are. I figured I would show you guys the Sandstone Golem if you guys haven't seen it yet, but this is pretty much the encounter here. Let's see if I can solo this guy. Not sure if I can, but I thought it'd be fun to at least try. And now that we're pretty strong for Hell 3, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But these are kind of fun encounters that normally just get bodied if you have a ton of people here. There we go. We finally get some more people here. Makes it a little easier. Okay, we got them right before. Okay, so you get a ton of enchanted dust and that. So essentially, you know, a lot of yellow drops there. Did it right before server reset. Pretty excited for the new patch here. Nothing too crazy in the new patch, but it is nice that we're getting more updates. Also, I figured I'd plug the Clips channel if you guys want to check out my thoughts on the new patch there. If you guys haven't heard, I'll have that link down in the description below. That's where I uploaded my thoughts on the new patch here. So I figured these were a couple things to keep in mind as you're farming the open world. So just weave these in as you're farming the open world so you don't miss out on these other guaranteed things or high likelihood of them to happen, instead of just constantly doing the same thing over and over, because that is really efficient. But weaving these things in, if you time them right, adds even more stuff that you can be getting while you're farming. So get in the video here, guys. You guys have a good one. Peace.